And welcome back to another episode of Wakasm Plays Something. Today, it's Voyages. I'm going to try to play a full campaign of Voyages in one sitting. And this is also my first play of each of the 5 maps. I've never played Voyages before. I did a quick read of the rules. They seemed pretty straightforward. There's a campaign. I figured, well, why not? Let's jump in the deep end and try to do the whole campaign in one go. Whether this is a good idea or a bad idea, we shall find out. But here we go. Again, sorry about my hiatus. Had some real life stuff going on, but I'm back, and that might happen a few times. Who knows? But I'm ready to play. So I will do my best to teach as I play, and if I get any rules wrong, I apologize. Please leave something in the comments if I do get it wrong. I'm mostly just recording these plays just to kind of share the game, and also for fun to share with you. I don't know, something that I enjoy doing. Gets me structured into playing games I probably wouldn't normally play. So yeah, let me explain how this game works. So there is campaign, a most epic voyage, and before we even start the game, we are supposed to eliminate one of these quests. So we're going to do that right now. Let me roll some dice real quick. Let's see, do 1 through 6 and just see how that goes. Use the purple die to. All right, so we are going to get rid of this quest. So for the rest of the game, we have these extra quests to choose from. I'll explain how that works in a second. All right, so there's 5 maps, and we are going to be having these quest objectives for each of the 5 maps. We can do this randomly, but I guess I will just roll a dice again to see which one I pick first. Purple dice, 1. Okay, perfect. So we'll just do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't think there's 6 maps right now, so we'll put that in anyway, just in case. My handwriting is horrible. I apologize. If you've seen any of my dungeon pages, roll and writes, you'll see that my number writing is not the best. But what this means is that for each map, we'll be playing a normal game solo, and the base goal of every map for solo is to just get 3 stars within 16 rounds. I'll explain what stars are. I'll explain what rounds are once we start playing. And for this campaign, these are just extra objectives that we will be getting that can get us star, and also can get us gold at the end of the game. So in addition to the core things that you can do for stars, these are just an extra way for you to get a star. In addition, in between each map, there will be some upgrades that we can get that will kind of make our ship stronger, our sailors stronger. We'll kind of explain more of that once we get a little bit closer. And then after upgrades, there is a nemesis that we will be choosing after the first map. Nemesis will kind of just make everything a lot harder for us than it needs to be. And the nemesis will get stronger. Will basically make every map a little bit more challenging, but hopefully with the upgrades, there'll be enough to kind of overcome the setbacks that the nemesis gives us. And basically the goal is to just beat Voyage 1, Voyage 2, 3, 4, 5, get a total score of gold and stars, and just see how well you can do. It's not quite a beat your own score game because there is winning and losing for each map. But in the campaign, if you lose a map, you just kind of replay until you pass and then log a score. If I lose, I just might mark it down as a loss and move on. We'll see how well I do. Like I said, I've never played this game, so this might be a rough idea to do the campaign without even having played the base game before. But there's 3 nemesises, so nemesis. So I figured I'd at least try one campaign, and if I like it enough, I'll play again and try one of the other two nemesis or nemesi. If I like it again, I'll try the third one. But there is no like campaign, check your score and compare it to some table to tell you how well you did type thing. You can also do the maps in any order. I'm just going to do them in order as they were released, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you could randomize that if you wanted to. You could randomize the quests at the top here. I did roll a dice. I rolled a 1, so they ended up in that order, but I could have done it so that Voyage 2 gets the first quest and Voyage 5 gets the second quest, so forth and so on. And then obviously there's that missing quest there. That's the overall campaign structure of the game. I haven't explained how the actual game works at all yet, which is fine. We'll start doing that now. So this is the first Voyage. It's called Trade Winds Blow. There we go. It's up here in the top left corner. And basically, like I said, you have 16 rounds to play, and it's all kind of kept track on this little spinny dial here. And the general hook of the game is you're going to roll some dice. You're going to pick 2 of them. One of them is going to be the direction your ship goes. The second one is going to be how far the ship goes. And then the third one is going to be your duties dice, which lets you log stuff down here, which then might trigger stuff over here or over here. And basically, if you ever fill out a row or a column, and if there's a bonus icon, then you get the thing that's there. So yeah, that's what those are, right? And that's the general flow of a round. You're gonna roll some dice. You're gonna move your ship. You're gonna do your duties. If you land on an icon, different things happen. There's some rules with if you hit an island, which I'll talk about. There's these little cargo bay places where you can sell cargo and get more sailors. Sailors, which are down here, let you kind of change your dice. You can either add +1 or -1, or you can get heroic sailors, which will let you just change it to anything you want. Heroic sailors also help you beat the shred, I think is what it's called. If you have 2 of those and you go to this space, you can get a star. As long as you have 2 heroic sailors, you can get a star just by navigating up here. You can get a star by getting a lot of sailors. You can get a star in this cargo bay by basically getting all the cargo here. And you can also get a star by crossing out all these numbers. Basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars available to you in the game. But since we are playing with the campaign, let's not forget that you can also get a star from the quest. And in this particular voyage, the additional quest is visit 6 unexplored regions. And if I do that, I'll get 10 gold in addition to another star. So what does that mean? Basically, these areas up here, kind of circle them, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are unexplored regions. And they also give you points here as well. The more you explore, the more points that you get. In the multiplayer game, you'd be playing against other people, and everyone would be trying to get the most gold possible by the end of the game. In solo, you're just trying to get 3 stars, and then the gold itself is kind of just how well you did for that particular game. Like I said, it's kind of like a beat your own score. There is a little bit of a chart that we can compare ourselves to at the end of the game to see how well we did. Or if I added it, but I can when we get to that point. I guess let's get started. If you look above me, there are 3 dice, and I'm going to be rolling those dice. I've kind of just made the 3 dice 3 different colors in case I need to use 1 dice for something. There are some mechanics in the game that might become a thing, maybe later on one of the other maps. But for now, I'll try to call out what dice I am using, and we'll kind of play it by ear from there. So that was a 11 minutes kind of primer on the game, and let's just play and get started. So I'm going to roll. All right. So I have a 1, a 5, and a 5, and we are starting right on this little start marker. So if I choose 1 for my navigation, I have to go north. If I choose 5, I have to kind of go southwest. 2, 3, 4, 5. Southwest gives me an unexplored region that I can pass through. North gives me this like chalice, which lets me upgrade a sailor to a heroic sailor. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go. I think I'm just gonna go north. We're gonna do. We're gonna use the 1 for the direction, and we're gonna use 5 for the traveling, and then we have to use. So we rolled, we moved, we ended up here. We got a chalice, which means I can turn one of my sailors into a heroic sailor down here. And now if I want to use that as a wild, I can, or if I want to save it for the dread, I can do that as well. And then I can write a 1 anywhere down here to try to get stuff. So I'm just going to use not a 1, I have to use a 5, sorry. I went 1 with 5, so I have to use the 5. So we're going to use this 5. I have 2 5s that I got to use. And then that is the end of the first round. Pretty straightforward. We're going to roll again and see what we get. All right, so I have a 1, a 4, and a 6. That means I can go north, go back south if I want to, or I can go north. So this is none of this is good. I have to go back south. Because if I try to go north, I get stopped by the edge of the map. If I try to go south, I go back where I was. And if I try to go north, northwest, I also am on the edge of the map. So not a great roll. But I could use a sailor to change my role. That might be worth doing. Or what I think I'm just going to do is kind of this. I'm going to use the 4 to go south. I'm going to go south 1 space. I'm going to backtrack. Already an ugly trip, but that's going to give me this this cargo. Which I don't know what this is. It looks kind of like a spider, but it's not a spider. I'm sure it has a name in the game. Oh, it's right here. It's a hide. There we go. There's a key right there. So I get 1 hide, and if I can get 3 hides and sell them at a cargo, at a settlement, I can get a star. So I use the 1. I use the... What did I use? I used the 1, I used the 4, which means I have a 6 left over for my duties. So we're going to use the 6 right there, mark the end of the round, and we are going to... Now I can go this way, I can go south again, or I can go this way. I think we're going to go up into this ocean territory. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use the 2 to go northeast. Oh wait, not what I want to do either. All right, we're gonna go to this island. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go 5 to go to this island right here. We're gonna use the 2 to go 2 spaces. Means we're gonna land right here. We're gonna get these 4 gold at the end of the game. And now I can kind of leave this island anywhere I want. But I have to use the dice that I have not used yet, which is the 4. So I'm going to this duty right here and kind of just keep up with that strategy. All right, it's the 3rd round. We're going for at least 3 stars. See if maybe I can get some of this ocean discovered before the end of the game to get that extra quest. I don't know. We shall see. For now, so a 4, and a 5. I probably should be using these sailors. Especially since I don't love my rolls, but 4, 4, and a 5. A 4 south. If I go 4, 4, I can get another heroic sailor. Or I can go 5, 4, and I can end up over here, which doesn't really. Oh, I can actually end up right here and get this first. So what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the 5 to go like southwest, and I'm going to go 4 spaces. So since I'm on an island, I can leave the island from either these 2 spaces here. And let's see, maybe this will be easier to see. Go over here to this space, which means I've gotten at least 1 ocean. I'm going to just cross this out for now, since it's just going to be easier for me to remember how many I've gotten so far. Actually, let's circle. We've gotten 1 so far. Okay, so that was a 5 and then a 4. So I have a 4 left that I have to use for my duties. So let's look down here. Start working on hides, since I already have a hide. So mark that. That will be the end of the round. Went north, south, 3, 4. All right. Well, let's keep it going. Let's hope we get some good directional dice here. A 6 and a 1. Not good dice for us at all. All right. Well, wanted to go south. So you know what? I'm going to use this heroic sailor that I have, and I'm going to make 1 of those 6s into a 4. Now I have a 1, a 6, and a 4. 4 is south. We're going to go directly south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into this space. Gets us another ocean explored. And that leaves a 1 for duties, which means I can cross this off down here. And yeah, that is it for now, I think. That's the 5th round. Not too exciting. I'm not landing on a lot of bonuses, which I don't like, but it is what it is. All right. 3, 4, and 6. More direction. Oh, 3 directions. Not too bad. But I'd much rather start going this way. So I think I'm going to turn that 3 into a 2 with another sailor. 2 is going to let me go northeast. I'm going to go to the full 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Not as far as I would like, but all I have to do is pass through these oceans. Otherwise, I'd have to go up and then over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we used the 6, we used the 3, end up right here. That leaves the 4 for our duties. Only I keep getting 4s, so we don't actually have a lot of 4s left. So I guess we'll just pick this one here. We'll start working this way. All right. And then that is our 6th turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks correct. So let's roll. Let's have a 1 north. So I want a 2 or a 3. But I think I'm gonna 2 is the direction that I want though. Oh no, we can take use of the 6. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go. I think I'm gonna use the 2 and the 6. Like it. If I do 2 and 2, we're gonna do that. We're gonna use another sailor. Turn that 1 into a 2. So I'm gonna go northeast, 2 spaces. Right here. Then I'm going to use the 6 for the duties here. And we're either going to hope to be able to go north or south into one of these oceans. So I'm kind of committed to an ocean exploring strategy right now. We'll see if that pays off. I don't know. Let's roll again. 6, a 6, and a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Or we can go 1, 2, 3 back up to these islands. Neither, which is good. We can just use, okay. 5 gets it. So we're going to use another sailor. Turn that 3 into a 4. That is going to let us go south. We're going to go straight 6 down. 4, 5, and we're going to stop right here. Again, I'm not super happy with this. What it is This gives me a 6 for duties. I guess I'll just, I don't know, start going up, get that triangle maybe. End of that turn. So we're already halfway through, and I feel like I haven't done anything that I wanted to do. That's fine. We will persevere. I did get a 4th, 2 more, and I'm going to get a star for unexplored regions. So I just have to either southeast, the north, one of the 2 north ones, or probably should have went north. Actually, I guess it's the same thing. All right, let us roll. 2. I think a 2. A 3, not a 2. Sorry, I should probably move this or make it transparent. There we go. I made it a little bit. I see the dice now. All right, so I have a 2, a 3, and a 4. So I do think I like the directions. I think I'm probably going to do 2, moving 4. Yeah, I keep not ending on any icons, which is kind of a problem. So we're gonna go northeast. We're gonna go northeast with the 2, and we're gonna go 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, which gets us right here. And we have a 3 to use, and I think this is an easy 3 right here. Starting to line myself up for a bunch of bonuses down here, which is good. But again, just like that, the round is over. All right. So now we have a 6, a 5, and a 4. Winds are trying to take me away, that's for sure. 6, a 5, and a 4. 6. Nope. Okay, I could sell. Be able to sell everything though. Good for me. Where is leather? I mean, I can get one more leather down here. 3. Go south. I can just go straight south, but then it's gonna be another 2 turns to get into this ocean. Don't have any heroic guys, so I don't want to try to. 1. What is a 1? 1, 2. Diamond right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 lets me get closer to the hide though. Okay, that's what we're gonna do, I think. I'm gonna turn that 6 into a 1 with a sailor. So cross off this sailor right here. Turn that 6 into a 1, and we are gonna go north 4. Going to get us this. Yeah, barrels are wild. I totally forgot about that. Probably could have got a barrel. Oh well, do that for next time. Anyway, that gets us this, and I use the 6. I use the 4. Gives me the 5. Duty section. Stop down here. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. So we got 6 more turns to try to get 3 stars. It's not really looking that good for me. Trying the campaign. Not the smartest move, but we shall see. Get a barrel. Oh, I get a barrel from this too, so it might be possible actually. All right, let's roll. Let's see what we get. All right, a 6, a 6, and a 5. What is with the? Okay, actually, it's not too bad. 3, 4, 5. I have to sell it though too, right? Let's double check. All right. Well, I don't like my dice rolls, but we're gonna work with what we have. I think. Not gonna. I only have one seller left, so we are going to go northwest 6 spaces into this settlement, and the settlement lets us sell either one of each or one of a whole thing. So we're going to sell both of these down here, both of these goods. Basically how it works is every time you go to a settlement, you can sell, and if I can sell all 3 of one, I'll get a star. Otherwise I get these gold pieces. But it also gives me a free sailor. So now I have an extra option. But in addition, I should have, even before I took the action, I had a 5 that I needed to do my duties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. island. Okay, yes, I have a 5. I think we are just going to this way, I guess. All right. Let's see if we can make a miracle happen in 5 turns. Maybe I can get the star in the upper right hand corner. I need a 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2 threes would be perfect right now. Let's see if I can roll 2 threes. 2 twos. Not the worst. 2 twos. Not a 3. It leaves me with a 6. I can either keep going away from my target back to where I was. I could just use 2 sailors right now. Get myself. No, I still haven't gone up here though. Okay, yeah. And I wasn't really thinking this through. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. At the mercy of the dice, I'm trying to hold on to my sailors in case I get something I absolutely cannot use. We're gonna use the 2 twos to kind of go up here. We will get a heroic sailor by doing this. Make this one heroic, I guess. But we have another 6 to cross off. So it's only 1 6 I can possibly do. End of the turn. So in 4 rounds. Oh, but I am in a new unexplored region. So I have no stars with 4 rounds left. My voyage is not going the way we hoped. All right. So let's roll. See if we can get 3, at least 1 3. There we go. We got a 3 and a 2. So this is a good roll. I finally have a roll that does things for me. So we are going to use that 3 to travel southeast to this island with a 2. That leaves a 2 for the duties. My last on this area, I'm going to get 1 star and a barrel. I have to decide if I want a hide or if I want a diamond over here. I'm probably going to take the hide since that looks like it's easier for me to potentially get. But I mean, the likelihood of me getting another hide and then getting to a settlement to turn it all in is pretty low, but maybe it will happen. But I do think I need to just go to the upper right hand ocean, and I think that's what's happening. So we're going to get this 5 at the end of the game. That is it. It's another turn. All right. So we're on an island. We have some options now. I'll have heroic dice. I have 3 more rolls. I think maybe if I can get a 1, 3 and a 1, I'll be in good shape. A 3 and a 1 is what I need right now. That's my hope. So let's see what I roll. 2, a 4, and a 5. So none of those were a 3 or a 1. See where the winds take us. If I use the 2, I can kind of get up here. Not quite where I want to be. 3 gets us another heroic sailor. No, I don't have a 3. I have a 4. 4 is south. Ooh, no. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to use this sailor right here that I have. Let's see, where are you, sailor? Use this one. Turn that 2 into a 1. So I'm going to use the 4. Go south. 1 space. 4 and the 2 that I turned into a 1 to just go south 1 space. Gets us right here. Doing yet another empty space with no bonus. I have to use a 5 in my duties track. I already have a heroic sailor, so that doesn't help me. I think I have to do it. I'm not sure if this is optional. Play that it is a must. I don't know. Must. That is one rule I'm unsure about. Just means that I do not get that heroic. Do not get that heroic sailor since I already have a heroic sailor. All right. That means we've got 2 turns left to get into that ocean, to get into that star, which would give me my 3rd star, which means I would at least beat the voyage. I don't feel like I would have a very high score, but we shall see how this plays out. All right. Let us zoom out. All right. We have a 3. We have a 4. 6. We have what we need. I'm going to use this my last. I'm going to use my last heroic sailor. We're going to turn that 6 into a 2. What we're going to do. What that's going to let us do. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's going to let us go northeast. I have a 4. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Means we're going to get this star. Before that means I have a 3 that I can use in my duties. That's going to get us 3rd hide. I don't think I'm going to be able to sell it, but who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. But yeah, now I have 2, and then I have a 3rd star from our campaign bonus, which is what I meant to show. So I have succeeded. Where are you, campaign bonus? I've succeeded in this first quest right here. And I'll circle it, I guess. Which is going to give us 10 extra points and a star at the end of this. Visit 6 unexplored regions, which I did. All right. Back over here. Circle this so we don't forget we did it. And we still have 1 turn left. It's not really much that I can get on this turn, so we'll just ride the winds and see where it takes us. We have a 6, a 4, and a 5. Well, let's go south 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and get a sailor. Maybe that will be worth something at the end of the game. I don't know. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That uses my 6 and 5. No, 6 and 4, which means I have a 5 that I have to use. In our duties, which, if you look, there are no 5 spaces. Now I would get my sailor, and that is it. I think that's all the turns. So let's see how I did for first time play. So I did get 3 stars. I guess I was supposed to be marking these here. So I got my 1st star because of the duties track, 2nd star because I explored the map and got to a star. Got my 3rd star for my quest that is not even part of this map at all. Thankfully I had that quest, otherwise I think it would have been pretty hosed. All right, so let's check out the scores. I get my island total. I get 9 points from my islands that I explored. I get 36 from exploring 6 oceans. I sold 2 cargoes, plus 1 per unsold. So I get, because if you look down here, I sold 2, and then I have 2 extras that I did not sell. 2 gold per unexhausted heroic sailor. They're not heroic, so I'm a big fat egg. 14 gold. Nope. 3 gold per legendary star. We got 9. Let's do some math. 9, 18, 26. 26 plus 36. What is that? 62? 62. Feel like that is not the greatest score in the world, but for my first play, I didn't lose, so I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go to our campaign sheet and let's log this score. Let's see. Down here. So this was map 1, and I got 62 gold, 3 stars. So that is the end of the first map. Let's buy some ship upgrades. All right, so the upgrades on the left, these are just like permanent boons. End of voyage with heroic sailors. Upgrade that many on your next voyage. Book of Deeds. At the start of each voyage, upgrade 1 sailor heroic. Staff of Divination. Score 2 extra gold from islands, which give you gold. Your duty die can be +1, -1. I like that. Reinforced mass may increase speed by 1 each turn up to 7 max. Stowaway barrel. Ever gain a relic and don't have a sailor, score unexplored regions as if you hadn't visited one more. That would have been helpful for last quest. Legendary flag. Start your voyage with 1 extra sailor. All right, so I have 3 stars to use. If I don't use them, I lose them. The other option is these like green ones over here. These are basically sailor powers that I could bring, and you can use them once per map. So I can use them one in the next 4 voyages. So if I was to use a sailor instead of using it for what you normally would use it, I could change the speed to any number, even above 6. I guess that means I could change it to 10, like go across the whole map. That seems kind of fun, actually. Change 2 dice to any number. Okay. You may take your action for the round on a space adjacent to your current location. Actually, not too bad, too. All right. South Seas Navigator, move 2 spaces in any direction at the end of your turn and take another action. Mystic Elder, take an extra turn at the end of the game. 1 extra turn. I guess that's, yeah, having an extra turn is super helpful too, but you have to have a sailor for it. Pips Cook, double your action this turn unless picking up a star from the ocean. Or if you can, okay, yeah, it says that you can't get 2 stars. Okay. All right. Well, those sailor powers seem fun, but I think I'm going to take the legendary flag and start with an extra sailor to start with. Whether that's smart or not, I don't know. But the reason why is I think every map you get a star from getting 12 sailors. Maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully you do. But then that means I can start getting sailor powers, and I'd have 1 extra sailor kind of reserved for that. So I think that's probably worth doing. All right. Well, this is the first game of 5. What did that take me? It took me about a half an hour, 45 minutes with the instructions. So I think the next one will go a lot faster. I will see you next time. This is wakasm. Thanks for watching. Adios.